Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, the scene of the second meeting of the year between the Chicago Bears, the hottest team in football, and the Baltimore Colts. And that sign says, "I'm not a picket who's protesting, it's just a ticket I'm requesting." Everybody wanted to look at the hottest team in football, and here they are, the Chicago Bears, kicking off to the Baltimore Colts, leaders in the Western Conference. Baltimore's #1 draft choice, Mike Curtis, takes the kickoff and brings it out to the Colt 29. NFL play-by-play report. The Baltimore Colts versus the Chicago Bears. First and 10, Baltimore at their own 29. Unitas flipping to Lenny Moore, and the Colt halfback aims up the far sideline and picks up maybe a yard at the left end. Baltimore with a 3rd and 9 now at their own 30. And here's Unitas looking to the sideline, throwing on target to the tight end John Mackey, who picks up for Baltimore a gain of 6. Bruising Chicago defense forces Baltimore's Tom Gilbert to punt. Waiting down at the Bear 12-yard line, one of the most exciting rookies in the history of football, Chicago's Gale Sayers, and he returns to the 17. The Bear ball 1st and 10 at their own 28. Here is Bukic back to throw. Over the middle it goes, and number 45 is Gordon of the Bears, and he moves for a Bear first down. Leonard Lyles of Baltimore trying to steal the football after the whistle. 2nd down 11 now, Chicago at the 44, and here is Gale Sayers with beautiful moves, snaking around the right side for a gain of 5. 3rd down and 6, Chicago at the 39. The slow-motion camera rolls along with Chicago's Rudy Bukic. This is one of those desperation runs. Unable to find a receiver, Bukic sets sail down the near sideline. Baltimore's Ted Davis cannot catch him. The number 26 is Wendell Harris of Baltimore. He doesn't get him, but the sideline does. A gain of 22 and a Chicago first down. 1st and 10 now for the Bears at the Baltimore 17. Here is Ronnie Bull, number 29, hitting off the left side for a tough 3 yards. One of the big breaks in the early part of the ball game occurs on this play with a 2nd and 7 at the 14. The give to Sayers. Knifing into the middle. Looks like he's got a touchdown in his hands, but the ball doesn't stay with him. It's up for grabs, and Baltimore's Bobby Boyd recovers in the end zone. And the Colts have stopped the on-rushing Bears. Here's a chance to see this play one more time. As a collision with his teammate apparently starts this fumble. There's a collision with Ron Bull. The ball is up for grabs. Lyles doesn't get it. Boyd does. And Baltimore will take over at their own 20. Number 40 coming your way is the Colt who recovered the fumble in the end zone, Bobby Boyd. Here are the Bears in action later on in the first quarter with a 1st and 10 at their own 35. Number 29 is Ron Bull, and he racks into the Colt defensive line after picking up about 3 yards. With a 2nd down coming up at about 6 yards, the pitch out to number 40, Gale Sayers, and watch the brilliant Chicago rookie. Getting where he likes it best of all on the outside, he just outruns everybody on the field. And the Bears score to go in front of Baltimore by a count of 7-0. Sayers traveled 61 yards for the score. Well, the Bear defense forced another Baltimore punt, and the Bears are in action once more. 1st and 10 at the 33 on the reverse. Here is Ron Bull, and Baltimore's Bobby Boyd, fighting off a block, recovers and makes the tackle. With a 2nd down and 10 at the 33. Chicago's Bukic is back to throw. And he's on target to number 45, Gordon, on the sidelines, who was ridden out after a gain of 16. Chicago 1st and 10 at the 49. The pitch out to John Arnett, and this fine veteran wheels around the left side and gets 10 yards and a Chicago first. With a 2nd down 7 at the 38. On the draw, here comes the fine veteran John Arnett once more, and this time the gain is good for 14 yards and still another Bear first down. With a 1st and 10 at the 34. Again, the Bears go to Arnett, but this time Baltimore's Lou Michaels is there to nail him for a 10-yard loss. Third down at 23 at the 38. Bukic is rolling back to throw for the Bears. His intended receiver on the top of the screen is John Arnett. And the very busy Mr. Arnett, behind good help from Pyle, swings to the outside and picks up a gain of 6 yards. And with a 4th and 18 at the 32, here is LeClaire trying a field goal for the Bears. It is far enough, but it is too wide to the left, and the Bears are unable to score. Baltimore in action now with a 2nd and 12 at the 18. Unitas back to throw, looking for one of his favorite targets, Jimmy Orr, and it's just off the fingertips of Orr. Incomplete forward pass. Orr protesting a little bit of what he thought was pass interference. It'll be a 3rd and 12 now at the 18. Unitas going to another of his favorite targets. This one is Raymond Berry, and a typical Berry catch picks up a first down for Baltimore, a gain of 22 as the first quarter ends. Second period action now. A 1st and 10 at their own 41. Unitas hands off to Lenny Moore on the draw, and watch Butkus, number 51, fleece Lenny Moore for the football, and the Bears recover. Taylor is given fumble recovery credit. Unitas returning to the sideline with his other offensive teammates. And here come the Bears with another fine opportunity. Bukic back to throw over the middle. Big Mike Ditka is there. Makes the grab, gets away from Jerry Logan, and is finally knocked down after a gain of 12. First and 10 now at the 31. The Bears driving. Bukic back to fire once more. Over the middle it goes. Gordon on the receiving end with a fine catch. A gain of 15 and a first down. The ball had been whistled dead, so Lyle's apparent recovery will do the Colts no good. On the play, however, Pyle is guilty of holding for the Chicago Bears, sets the Bears back 15 yards and nullifies the catch by Gordon. Defensive teammates Fortunato and Big Doug Atkins, along with Morris, on the sideline. Bear ball 1st and 28 at the 34 now. Bukic back to throw. Rips his pass to leaping Johnny Morris, number 47, and he is in for a gain of 26 yards in a determined second effort. In one of the big plays in the first half, 4th down and a yard to go for the Bears, and they're going to go for it. They give to number 40, Sayers, and Baltimore's Fred Miller is there to bust up the play, and the Colts have stopped the Bears. On the Bear bench, Ditka and Bukic talk things over. First and 10, Baltimore at the 8-yard line. Here is Unitas handing to Lenny Moore, and Moore sweeps out behind Alex Sandusky and manages to hit for about 2 yards before Butkus puts an end to his effort. On the draw, the give to Baltimore's Tony Larick. And watch Butkus just take the football right away from Larick, and the Bears have recovered and again have stopped the Baltimore Colt offensive unit. The Bears in action with a 1st and goal to go from the Baltimore 14. Here is Bukic rolling out, looking for a receiver. He can't find one, elects to run with it, and is knocked down on the rollout after a gain of about a yard. 3rd and goal for the Bears at the Baltimore 17. Bukic back to throw, and the Baltimore Colt defensive line really pressures him, and he loses the football. It's up for grabs in Baltimore's. Billy Ray Smith recovers, and again, the Colt defensive unit has turned back the Bears. Second down and 10 for Baltimore at their own 25. The pitch out to Baltimore's number 33, Tony Larick, who turns the corner neatly and grinds out 7 yards. 3rd down and 3 at the 32, and this may be one of the most costly plays in Baltimore's history. Unitas is back to throw, intending for John Mackey, got the pass off. Fine defensive work on the part of the Bears, breaks up the pass, and back upfield, Baltimore's John Unitas is very slow getting up. Later in the afternoon, everybody learned that Unitas had torn ligaments in the right knee, was operated on in Baltimore Sunday night, and may be lost to the Baltimore Colts for the rest of the year. Certainly, as we watch Unitas come to the sideline, it did not look to be quite that serious a hurt. This is but the 3rd time in Unitas' career he has been hurt seriously, but there is still the outside hope in Baltimore that Unitas could be ready if the Colts get to play January the 2nd. At the helm for the Baltimore Colts now is Gary Quazzo with a 1st and 10 at the 37. Quazzo back to throw, pressured by that ever-ready Bear defensive unit. He rolls to the outside, gets a little help from Lenny Moore, and is able to slide down the right side for 10 yards and a Baltimore 1st down. Baltimore 1st and 10 at the 48. The give to Lenny Moore, and number 24 rams into that line for a gain of 6. 1st and 10 at the 46. Quazzo back to throw, looking for Jimmy Orr, and he's got him, and the Colts are down into Bear territory on a gain of 20 yards and appear to be rolling under the guidance of Quazzo. 1st and 10, Baltimore at the 26. And that Bear defense is there again, forcing a Baltimore fumble, and Leggett of the Bears recovers. And Chicago again proves that it's got one of the toughest defenses in the NFL. This is Abe Gibran talking over blocking assignments on the sideline with Mike Pyle and other Bears. Fourth down and 19 at the 29 as the Bears have been stopped by the Colt defensive unit, and this is one way to stop Baltimore's Alvin Heyman. Bobby Joe Green, who punted brilliantly for the Bears all day, hangs this one up seemingly forever, and Heyman is able to bring it back about 14 yards. This is not the end of the play, however, as this pressure ball game, and it really is a great pressure game, erupts now in a little bit of a fracas. And the tempers were really flying, but the officials, as they did all afternoon, got right into the middle of things and handled it beautifully. But for a moment, things were mighty, mighty warm. Baltimore had worked 1st and 10 at their own 29. A minute and 42 remaining in the half. Here is Quazzo throwing downfield, intending for Jimmy Orr. And watch the beautiful defensive effort from McCray of the Bears. An outstanding defensive play. 3rd and 15 for Baltimore at their own 24. And Quazzo back to throw. The blitzing Bears force him to get rid of it in a hurry, and it's picked off by Chicago's Richie Pettibone. And Lenny Moore, the intended receiver, makes the tackle. So the Bears have another opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 32. The give to Sayers, number 40. And he goes to one of his favorite alleys, getting outside, and once he's out there, he is some kind of a fellow to try and bring down. A gain of 17 yards and a Chicago first down. First and 10 at the 15. And here is a fumble by Bukic, and he recovers, and this is not the first time it happened. As a matter of fact, Rudy fumbled 3 of these handoffs this afternoon, and you can see he's unhappy. With a 3rd and 13 at the 18 and 27 seconds left, here is Bukic back to throw. On target to Johnny Morrison, another great catch by the Bear flanker. On the sideline, head coach Don Shula and backfield coach Charlie Winter talk over a rather depressing situation. First and goal for the Bears at the Baltimore 5. Bukic swings it out to Sayers. It is an incomplete forward pass. And with 14 seconds remaining and a 2nd and goal, LeClaire swings the talented toe, and the Bears move on top of the Colts by a score of 10-0. LeClaire kicking off in the closing seconds of the first half. Waiting down on the 2-yard line is Baltimore's Tony Larick along with Alvin Heyman, and finally, Larick comes away with the football. And he returns to the Baltimore 37. And then another little bit of a fracas, precipitated by the diving block on the attempt of Bivens and Alex Hawkins, and Bivens go at it rather heavily momentarily. The officials handled this situation by excusing both Hawkins and Bivens for the rest of the day. The Colt band entertains at halftime. Third quarter action now. Baltimore in possession. 2nd down and 9 at the 8. And here is a fumble recovered by Quazzo to give to Baltimore's Jerry Hill, and a busted play works out very well as Hill strikes for 20 yards and a Baltimore first down. Second down and 10, Baltimore at their own 28. Quazzo back to throw once more. This time down on the sideline, he looks for and finds Baltimore's John Mackey, who fights for yardage and picks up a gain of 36 and a Baltimore first down. With a 1st and 10 at the Bear 36, Quazzo back to throw, and that hard-charging Bear defensive unit is all over him. Leggett gets there first, along with Atkins and Dickey, and dropping for a loss of 7. With a 4th and 18 at the 44, Baltimore's Lou Michaels will attempt a 49-yard field goal. In the air, looked to be long enough, but a little bit wide of the mark. So the Bears will take over. Out on their own 20. It is a 2nd and 10 at that 20, and the give now to Gale Sayers. And he is knocked down after a gain of about 2. 3rd and 8 at the 22. Here's Bukic back to throw once more for the Bears. Lets it go in a big hurry. Number 47 is Johnny Morris grabbing it over the middle, and he races it out for a gain of 25 yards and refuses to be taken down. First and 10, Chicago at the 47. The pitch out to Gale Sayers. Swinging around that left side, he gets by Leonard Lyles, and down the far sideline he goes after a gain of 13. First and 10 at the Colt 40-yard line. Bukic, mixing his plays and receivers beautifully, is back to throw this time. The sideline pass is caught by Jones, and he goes out of bounds after a gain of 15 and another Bear first down. Second and 7 at the 22, and the Bears are driving. Bukic back to go once more. A little swing pass to Ron Bull, and Bull takes it deeper into Colt territory with a pickup of 9 yards and nets another Chicago first down. But that rugged Colt defensive unit forces another field goal effort, and LeClaire kicks one this time from the 13 to give the Bears a 13-0 lead over Baltimore. And LeClaire kicking off for the Bears once more. Waiting down near the goal line is number 33, Tony Larick. Plays it on the bounce and heads up this near side. And is knocked down at the Colt 22. With a 1st and 10 at the 22, a little razzle-dazzle football right now. The end around to number 88, John Mackey. There's the handoff, and here is Baltimore's tough-running tight end. Moving it upfield for a gain of 7. Second down and 3 for Baltimore at their 29. Quazzo looking for a receiver. This time fires to Raymond Berry on the sideline. A gain of 7 and a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 36. Again, Quazzo takes to the air, this time looking for and finding Jimmy Orr, who makes a nifty diving catch for a Baltimore first down. Third quarter ends on this play. The give to fullback Jerry Hill, who smacks straight ahead for a gain of 5, and at the end of 3 quarters, it's the Bears 13, Colts nothing. In the fourth quarter with a 3rd and 16 for Baltimore at the 48, Quazzo is back to throw. Looks downfield to find Jimmy Orr. He is there. Orr takes it and goes in for what looks like a Baltimore Colt touchdown. But back upfield, as they say, the penalty marker has been dropped. The Baltimore Colts guilty of tripping, and it cost them 15 yards. At this moment, Orr figured he had a touchdown. So now it's 3rd and 38 at the Baltimore 30. Quazzo back to throw again, and Big Doug Atkins is there along with Stan Jones, and they drop Quazzo for a loss of 10. With 4th and long yardage, Baltimore's Tom Gilberg is punting. Downfield waiting for the punt is Chicago's Gale Sayers. And this ever dangerous Sayers brings it back upfield. And finally the Colts jump all over him, knock him down somewhere around the midfield mark. On the sidelines, middle linebacker Dick Butkus, and this is about the only time he is not around the football. Bears in action once more. Bukic at quarterback has done a masterful job all afternoon. This time a misfire on the handoff. The ball is loose and the Colts have recovered. And the Colts will take over, trailing the Bears by a score of 13-0 late in the ball game. And on the sideline, the Colts are not at all happy. They still have a little time remaining, however. And from deep in their own territory, Quazzo tries to get him moving again. This one is beautifully caught on a carom reception by John Mackey, who fights for yardage and picks up a first down, a gain of 23. With about 1:21 remaining in the ball game, Quazzo is still firing. Back to throw. This time is looking for Jimmy Orr, and Orr is on the receiving end and steps out of bounds after a gain of 18 and another first down. Fighting the clock on the Bears now with only 36 seconds remaining. Quazzo is again back to throw once more. Fires on target to Jimmy Orr, and Orr is hit by Butkus, and the ball is loose. Falling on it for the Chicago Bears, linebacker Fortunato, and he returns upfield to the 30-yard line, and the Bears have done what they set out to do. They came to Baltimore to beat the leaders in the Western Conference, and they have done exactly that. The final score, as the clock ticks off, is the Chicago Bears 13, the Baltimore Colts nothing. And the oldest coach in the NFL is congratulated by one of the youngest after a brilliant Chicago win over the leaders in the Western Conference, the Baltimore Colts. So the Colts do lead the conference by a half a game, and that sets the stage for the big one Sunday afternoon between the Colts and the Packers.